This video, just a quick one about some A-arm suspension bushings I got to replace the grotty ones that came with the car. Here's the polyurethane set. So this is the A-arm after I cleaned it all up. Let's go to paint on it, pulled the rubber bushings out. I did that, lots of different ways to do that. I ended up drilling a bunch of little holes around the perimeter of each side and then pushing it out with my press. Saved the tubes that were inside the old rubber to use again with these polyurethane bushings. So I searched around a lot looking for an alternative to those really expensive Superformance ones that are $300 for a set of 4. I found a polybushings.com website, and they've just got a bunch of generic poly bushings on there. These ones are $2.98 a piece, so that's a set of 4 for $12. They fit perfectly into the A-arms, and the sleeves from the original bushings fit perfectly down the center. So it looked pretty promising, so I ordered a set. Here I'm just using some silicone grease to lubricate the inside before I push the sleeve in. This is Energy Suspension Formula 5 lube, which has good reviews, and actually the guy I ordered the bushings from, who's in Oregon, sent me a tube of lube with them, but I already had this. So just prepping the inside here. The only alteration you got to make to these bushings is the shoulder height. It has to be trimmed down. I'll show that in a bit. So here I'm just pressing the inner sleeve into the bushing. It's a nice tight fit, and actually expands the bushing a little bit to make it fit a little snugger inside the A-arm as well, which is good. So just got this press a month ago. Don't know how I lived without it. I use it all the time for various things, but I kind of got it for this. So yeah, that was easy. Fits right in. No drilling out or anything necessary. So yeah, the shoulder is a little bit high, needs to be trimmed down. So here I'm just using a digital caliper to get the depth of the sleeve inside the bushing so that I can trim it off, and actually just put some tape around it and use the caliper to scribe a line around. And then I found that just a pull saw made a very nice cut. So a bunch of ways you could do this, I guess. A bandsaw, or just a disc sander, you could just remove the material, but this went through it fairly quickly and left me with the bushing that's just equal to the sleeve on the inside. And back to the press to push those completed bushings with the sleeves into the A-arm. I lubricated that again with the Formula 5. You could do this in the vise as well, but I'm getting some fun, getting use out of my new press. So in goes one side, nice and snug. Always get a lot of squeeze out with the grease. I'll just flip this around and do the other one. Yeah, these went in snug, but not taking too much force, and they certainly weren't sloppy. There's no play. So I looked around at a bunch of different websites looking for alternatives for this, and I thought, I'll 3D print some molds and pour my own, but all that stuff looked pretty complicated. And then when I just started looking around for generic bushings, there's just a big list with all the dimensions on the polybushings.com website, and these ones looked like they would do the trick. So there you go. That's both sides pressed in. Just clean these up a little bit, and you can see the end result. So at the end of all that, end up with 4 nice little bushings with a decent sized shoulder on them, appropriate for the arms, and the assembled unit. Everything fits nice and snug. Put some silicone grease in between everywhere that touches metal, but I haven't put any grease in between the bolt and the sleeve. But yeah, that'll turn nicely. So yes, that worked out quite well. I do have from the same company some bushings that I think will work for the lower arms.
They will require the hole to be bored out, but they should fit. They'll be a 2-piece bushing, and when I get around to that, I'll make a video on that as well. But there you go, $12 polyurethane A-arm bushings.